If your foot hurts right here, then you probably have plantar fasciitis. Well, here's 3 self-care moves that are gonna help you fix it. Hey there, my name's Coach Tyler from WeShape, where our goal is to help you feel better in your body. And today, we're gonna talk about plantar fasciitis, okay? Now, what is this, all right? There's a big fascial band that goes around your foot right here. And that fascial band keeps your foot nice and tight with this nice tight arch, okay? Plus, these muscles right here, they stay active, keeping that nice tight arch on your foot. And when this happens, your foot gets to act like a spring when you walk, jump, stand, etc. But most people put their feet in shoes that don't allow these muscles to develop, and so what happens? They atrophy. So these muscles right here get weak, the foot goes flat, and the fascia, the band that's supposed to help hold that arch up, starts to drop, which creates pain in your foot. And when this happens, it's excruciating to stand and walk for a lot of people. So how do we fix it? Well, there's 3 self-care moves that I want you to practice to help fix your plantar fasciitis. The first one is learn how to activate your arches, which I'll show you how to do in just a sec. The second one is self-massage to make sure the tissues are prepared for the strength that you're about to give it. And the third one is practice balance drills to reawaken all the muscles of the foot to strengthen them and get rid of your plantar fasciitis. Let's dive in. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is help you learn how to activate your arches. To do this, you're gonna need a piece of paper. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the piece of paper on the ground, and then you're gonna put your foot on top of that piece of paper. This is gonna give you visual feedback as to whether or not you're properly activating your arches. Now, from there, lift your toes toward the sky and try to slide the ball of your foot towards your heel, creating a crinkle in the paper. Now, this may be difficult at first, so take your time. You may have not used these muscles for a very long time, and it may take some mental effort just to get your arch to reactivate. But watching the paper crinkle will give you the feedback as to whether or not you're doing this right. From there, spread the toes, put them back down on the ground, and press them in the ground and hold for 5 to 10 seconds. As you notice, you start to lose the ability to hold the tightness in the arch. Relax your foot again, lift it off the paper, and start over. Lift your toes toward the sky, pull the arch towards the heel, getting a crinkle in the paper, spread your toes, press them down, and then squeeze the ground with those toes and really feel that arch activate. Now, it's important as you're doing this, don't roll your foot to the outside in order to get the arch to pull. So we're not trying to roll the weight to the outside. What we're trying to do is shorten the length between the ball of the foot and the heel. So as we lift those toes, pulling the ball of the foot back towards the heel to create that arch is really the motion that we want to create in our body. Now, as we're doing this, we're just holding for 5 to 10 seconds every time we activate the arch, and then we're relaxing, lifting our foot off the paper, and starting over. Now, the goal is to practice this for 90 seconds every single day, and do that consistently for at least 3 weeks. If you're able to practice this for just 90 seconds every day, you're going to reawaken the muscles that you have on your foot that are going to reactivate your arches, and what you'll notice is your feet will feel stronger, they'll feel less achy, you'll feel less achy walking, standing, you'll improve your balance, and a lot of your joints, including your ankles, knees, hips, and lower back, can start to feel better as well. So, come back to this video every single day and practice this movement for just 90 seconds. When you do, when you reactivate those arches, your body is going to feel amazing. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do for your plantar fasciitis is some self-massage. But we're not gonna do just any self-massage. So you might be wondering, why do I have some lotion? Well, you'd use that for self-massage, but why do I have a spoon? Now, the reason why is this. When we want to bring blood flow to an area to help it heal faster, we want to use a scraping technique rather than just a pure massaging technique. Now, one caveat here is after you try this the first time, it might feel a little bit funky and uncomfortable for a few hours. That's totally normal. But if, for any reason, your foot hurts worse or the plantar fasciitis gets worse, then I don't recommend you do the self-body work the way I'm describing right now. So give it a shot one time, and if it feels better after a few hours, then by all means, keep this up in your routine every time you get plantar fasciitis to try and help it heal faster. But if it gets worse, then don't do this routine. Okay, you're gonna start by crossing your foot over your leg like this so you can see the bottom of your arch right here. from there, you're gonna take your lotion and your spoon, and you're gonna put just a little bit of lotion on the corner of the spoon. Doesn't have to be too much, okay? Now you're gonna use this spoon across the arch of your foot right here. And what you're gonna do is the back side of the spoon is going to scrape upward towards the ball of your foot. And you're gonna scrape slowly, starting at the arch side of your foot and moving towards the opposite side of your arch. You're just gonna scrape slowly like this, and generally it should feel pretty good, but you might find some adhesions along the way that need a little extra work. So what those feel like is a little lump, like a knot inside your foot. And in that circumstance, we can sit there and scrape that section a little bit more, or up and down around that section to try and create length and bring blood flow to that area. Now, as you're scraping your foot like this, come all the way to the outside of your foot and then go back. And what the goal is to do, scrape for about 1 to 2 minutes until you see the tissue start to turn pink. And sometimes you'll see little red dots start to pop up right there. That's usually the blood flow from the capillaries breaking a little bit, and it's bringing blood flow to that region, okay? So again, do this for 1 to 2 minutes, scraping your foot, trying to find the knots, and if you need to, you can scrape the knots out like that. And then once you're done, wipe off your foot, bring your foot back down. And again, if this feels better in a few hours, then by all means, you can use this trick anytime that your foot hurts or you want to help more healing come to your plantar fasciitis. If for any reason this causes more pain, then this is not the right movement for you, and I highly recommend that you skip this step and go on to the next one. Okay, the third thing that you should be doing for self-care for your plantar fasciitis is starting to work on activating all of the muscles of the foot, waking them up so you can have better balance and increase the strength of that foot, which ultimately will help you get rid of that plantar fasciitis and prevent you from getting plantar fasciitis in the future. Now, before we jump into this movement that I'm going to teach you, I want to make sure that you're ready for this step. So if you're practicing this movement and it starts to hurt on the arches of your foot, well, go back to steps 1 and step 2 if that one felt good. Those are going to be the foundation for teaching you how to activate your arch and making sure you've got plenty of blood flow to heal that area of your body. If it does feel good though, this is going to make a big difference, like I said, on strengthening your foot and making it feel much better for everything in your daily life. So, in order to work on your balance, what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting our foot down, activating our arch, squeezing the ground with our toes, and then transferring all of our weight to that one foot. Now, what's really important here is that oftentimes when people go to balance on one foot, instead of keeping a straight line through their body, through their belly button, through their chest, and through their nose, and just bringing their whole body to the side so it rides right over their foot, they'll do this. They'll lean to the side like this to create balance. Now that's gonna put an internal rotation of the knee, causing knee pain, and it's gonna flatten your arch. So it's really important in the beginning, as we do this, your belly button and nose should be right on top of each other, and then as we transfer the weight over to that foot, that should be in one straight line over your foot, okay? So important point. So again, activate the arch, grip the ground with those toes, transfer your body over there with one straight line, and then lift that foot. And at first, what we're gonna focus on is being able to balance for 60 seconds on your foot. Now I have a chair here to show you that in the beginning, I want you to use your hand on something for support. What you'll feel is likely a lot of the muscles in your foot, your calf, maybe your shin, inside your ankle are gonna feel like they're pumped and they're starting to fatigue rather fast. Now, if you can hold this for 60 seconds though, here's the progression I want you to follow. Every day, stand on each foot for 60 seconds. Start with your hand on the chair. If you can do that for a week and everything feels fine, from there, you're gonna lift up and do just 4 fingers on the chair like this. So just 4 fingers on the chair. Those are gonna be your support, okay? You're gonna try to work up to 60 seconds again with these 4 fingers. If you can do that, then the next week, lift your pinky finger. Then repeat the process every week, lifting your ring finger, then your middle finger, and then finally, when you're down to 1 finger, make sure you have a lot of practice on this before you lift that final finger, and keep your hands next to that chair for support, because that final step is a big one. Now, why I chunk this out over a 6-week period, which is grabbing the chair, all 4 fingers, lift the pinky, lift the ring, lift the middle, and then lift the index, is because we want to build strength slowly. If you have plantar fasciitis and you go straight to trying to balance on 1 foot for 60 seconds, this might make the problem worse. So I want you to go to a level that feels easier than you might think you need, and start there. That way, we're building your strength, we're activating those muscles very slowly, because that's gonna serve you significantly better in the long run. Remember, the #1 reason why people don't get the results they want is they go too far, too fast. And I don't want you to make that mistake. There you have it. 3 self-care practices that you can start doing every day to start healing your plantar's fasciitis. Now, to get the most from this, make sure you start with step number 1 and focus on the ability to activate your arches. That's going to be the foundation of making sure your foot reactivates these muscles right here so you can alleviate the pressure from that fascial band we talked about in the beginning of this video. Then go on to step 2, see if it feels good, and if your foot's feeling good, then you can go on to step 3. Once you practice step 3 and start building better balance and you're able to hold it on one foot without using any support from your hand, well, you're gonna have strong feet that carry you around in a way that feels good and is no longer causing pain. So, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment below and let us know if this video helped you solve your plantar fasciitis or if you have any other issues that you might have that we could help you solve. Also, if you like the way to describe how to go from feeling like your body isn't working the way it should to actually helping you make it work the way it should so you feel better in your body, well, then you'll love everything we do over at WeShape. So, click the link below and check us out.